What's up, my fabulous love bug goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen. I am here with another requested recipe. Best fried duck in your kitchen. Fast, easy, and what? Simple. Now, if you're here watching me cooking for your very first time, be sure you have subscribed and turn on your post notification to be reminded every time your girl upload a brand new video. Let's get started.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but you owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him wine to get turn your back on your brother.
Okay, love bugs, let's get right into our fried duck recipe that you have requested, and I am going to make this fast, easy, and simple. Anybody can do this, right? Now, I'm using the duck meat that has a orange sauce packet inside of it. Some of them come without it, but this one happens to have it. Now, duck meat is kind of pricey. It definitely costs more than chicken does. I paid $12.10 for this duck meat, right? And yes, but I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna season it. I did make some brine for this duck because I want it full with flavor, and I will show you all the leaves right here that I use to make the brine and the different sauce that I added to it. Now I use sage for sure, and then I added some cilantro, and I added some basil, American basil, right? Then the girl went in with some bay leaves and some rosemary, and also I added some dill to it as well, some thyme, fresh thyme for sure, and I also added some of the Thai basil. So I used two different kinds of basil to it. They do have like the similar looks. One is a little bit thicker than the other though, and they have an amazing fragrance to it. So that is what your girl used to make that thing for. It smells so good. But don't forget, you're also going to need an extra large onion. Any kind of onion of your choice is fine. Now, to get started, we are going to wash our duck meat, right? Make sure so you wash your poultry or any meats that you are in fact cooking in your kitchen. Make sure that you wash it. I always use salt, lemon juice, and vinegar, right? Or fresh lemon and vinegar. Check your insides to make sure that everything come out, the neck and everything, and you could use all that to make chicken broth or any kind of broth, because it is duck, so it's referred as poultry, so you could use it to make broth. I did go in to take all of the extra skin or fat off of the duck because I don't want it on there. I cleaned it up really good. However, I am going to insert a link down below to show you how to wash and clean your poultry really good, right? We're going to move along and skip that process, but I just want to show you thus far what I did to the duck, which is remove most of the fat from it, because we don't want that pan it. And make sure you check the insides, give it a nice wash, but be sure to check the link down below to show you how to make or to clean your meat thoroughly, all right? That's what the thing said. And make sure that you wash your hands and your sink after you get done doing all of that. Make sure that everything is nice and clean, hands are clean, and your sink is sanitized, right? But that is it so far, and we're going to move on to the next step. Yes, boom. Now we are making our brine. So what I did, I went in with my sugar, and I'm going to insert everything that I used down below. Check it out. Now I added some soy sauce to it. I added some apple cider vinegar, and then I went in with some Jamaican pimento seed or pimento berries. I added just a few of it, right? Now to that, I also added 1 cup of wine. Any kind of wine that you like, but make sure though that it's sweet wine only. Then I went in and added all my greens to it right here. I went in and added my onion, and I chopped my onion real big in 4 squares. So just go ahead and just put those into the mix just like so. Give it a good nice little mix. Now, we are not going to be boiling this until it come to a boil. You just want to heat this up because that heat is what is going to send off signal to every one of them things you put into that pot, right? You want to go ahead and cover it up and leave it right there for at least 12 hours or overnight. Now, 12 hours or next morning or next day later, that is what you will have right there. Now, go in and add that meat to it. Add your duck meat into the mix. You're going to leave it in there for another at least 6 hours. You want it to go ahead and soak up real good, because all that flavor is going to go right into the duck meat, and it's going to give it one of the best flavors ever. Now, this recipe, it does take a little time as far as the flavoring goes to get into that duck meat, but it is going to be worth it, worth it. Now, later down the line, I was ready, and that is what we have. If you notice how the texture and the color of the duck meat changed, that is soaked. It is soaked with all the flavors from that pot. Yeah? One stop shop, all up in that duck meat there. It is the smell that's coming from this pot right here. I wish it was here for smell the thing shot. Make sure you take it out, drain off the liquid, and your duck is ready. Now we're going to make our dry rub. We're going to go ahead in another container and add your salt to it. I added some all-purpose seasoning, and you can substitute for sure. I also added some onion powder to the mix. I'm added some garlic powder, and do not substitute those two. There's no substitution for that. Also, I added some paprika. We're not going to substitute that at all. Black pepper for sure, tad bit of that, and I added some parsley. All right, dried parsley. Of course, you're cooking poultry, so you go in with your poultry seasoning, add it to the mix, and give it a good mix. That's all I'm putting on the on the duck. Chicken, duck, whatever, chicken, yeah. We're going to put that on there. Go in and give it a good seasoning thoroughly, front and back, just like I'm doing here, right? You want to make sure that your duck tastes nice enough. And then inside of the meat, right there in the pocket, we are going to go in and get that season inside, and we are going to massage the dry rub onto the duck meat, and we are going to allow this to sit and just soak up all that dry rub seasoning for at least 3 hours. At least 3 hours. Okay, do not rush this step, because your duck will have no flavor if you rush the part there. Now, when it is all seasoned and it's all ready, that is what it's going to look like. It's going to start sweating. You'll see liquid. Go ahead and throw that off before you start frying. Now, moving right along, go ahead, check your oil. Your oil has to be at least 350 degrees, or get one wooden spoon or your best friend that. And if it's frying like it's doing here, that means my oil is ready. Put your duck meat skin side down. Face it down good to make it start cooking like that. Skin side down. And duck meat, it cooks 9 minutes for every pound. So if your duck meat is 5 pounds, you add 9 minutes to every pound. Now, I went in and gave it some flavoring with any kind of those greeneries that you had brine the meat with earlier, and I did add a hot scotch bonnet pepper, but your girl ain't popping that. Now, when I turned that duck meat over, it was the smell good is the bomb.com. It was beautiful. That color was so divine. The thing was looking and smelling so good. It had a nice golden brown crisp color on top. I am goody. You got to give this recipe a try. Me, I want it. Me, I want it. It's a want in. This recipe was highly requested and it is just in time for the holiday. Look at that bowl. Look at that duck meat. How golden and juicy it is. Remember, make sure that you're frying your duck meat 9 minutes to each pound and you're good to go. Mine is good to go right there. Good to go. When I was done and I put it on my plate, boo, it was saying, cut me now, cut me now. The thing was ready, ready like Freddy. It was crisp, but yet juicy, soft, tender. It was fried to the maximum capacity. Watch this. When you pop that leg, it just oh pow right there. All nothing but goodness. And the texture from the duck meat is a texture and a flavor that you will never forget. Now, I hope you like the recipe. Give it a big thumbs up. Share it with friends and family. Tell them what's going on over here. Send them good, send them come. Then tell me what you like to have me cooking next in my kitchen. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy.